Tamlin's just like, yeah. Ooh, look at that. Welcome back to Under the Mountain Podcast. I'm Frank.
And I'm Lauren.
Today we're covering Chapter 18 of A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas.
And we're back. We had such a sad chapter last time. We were crying in the club.
You know what? Fuck that. I'm tired of being sad. How about we start drinking?
Yeah, let's have a picnic.
Me, you, and my boyfriend. Let's go.
That sounds like a perfect time, actually.
I know you'd say that. Let's keep going.
And that's what Feyre gets to experience in this chapter.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, so we left off. It was really very traumatizing and sad. But we just move right on past that very swiftly into a fun day.
Trilogy of chapters. From the surreal Naga Slaughterfest.
Yeah.
Right into the
saddest.
Sad summer court denizen being slaughtered. Right into a fun little picnic.
I don't know. I guess it is sweet in a way to be like, my God, we had such a bad time. We all need to go decompress and have a nice day together. I like that idea. That's fine.
We need a beach episode every once in a while, you know?
Definitely. And we do. We need to get cracking on this romantic connection, bro. Because we're not
50% of the way through the book.
Right. We're halfway and I'm they have very little chemistry thus far. So, okay. Do you have anything you'd like? Well, how'd you like it? How'd you feel?
I liked it. I didn't like it. It was Corn Dog City.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of homosexual subtext that I'm interested to discuss.
Me too.
And
there's one line in particular that needs to be discussed.
There's a couple of I'm very curious to hear what you have to say. And
this is the Tamsin Truther episode right now. I think.
I think it's just.
Somehow we got diverted off of Feyre and Tamlin, which is really all that this was attempting to do, and we're locked in on those two.
Mm-hmm. A lot of the things with Feyre don't work that well. Some of them do.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good bit of characterization for her.
Your tag sticking out.
If you go to Under the Mountain Podcast Closet, our new Instagram, you can see where I bought this. Actually, there's nothing on here because this is so old. But I'll tell you, I think I got this from the Gap. It's just really cozy. It clings to you just right.
Anyway, no one cares. Let's move on. Okay, so you felt
Follow Under the Mountain Podcast Closet on Instagram and TikTok. Keep going.
Okay. I got mine at Disney World in 2019.
It does say that.
So that's where that's
If you're wondering where that's from, if you read it.
Anyway, yes, you liked it, but also didn't like it. It's kind of how I felt. Okay, so Feyre had her nightmare, woke up, real life nightmare, dealing with this sad dying fairy.
Yep.
She, I guess, just went right back to sleep. She doesn't sound like she didn't really struggle. She didn't mention it. She just went back to bed.
Just another day in the life of Feyre.
Whatever. She wakes up and she takes her time in the morning. I don't know what that was about. They made it she was like, oh, I did my bath, and I did think, relating back to the chapter where she kills the Naga and then she has her big luxury day. Yeah. It sounds like she had a very luxurious morning. So once again, post very dramatic, bloody moment, Feyre then is allowing herself to luxuriate.
Yes. I agree, but I do think there's a little bit more to this, which is that after the adrenaline fades, she's now feeling a little weird about everything that she did. There's a line in there. She waited in bed to make sure it was gone.
Oh, yeah. You're right. That was odd.
It was gone.
It didn't fit the Feyre we saw last night.
No, it does not.
Right? It's so weird. There's
when
emergency.
Her blood's up, yeah.
But kind of love her then.
Yeah, I know. A little hoity, too.
Always.
Because the isn't the fairy, because she watched Tamlin carry the fairy away.
Yeah.
So the is the mess.
I know, and it's well, who do you think cleaned that up?
She knows who. She wanted to make sure they did their job before she had to see it again.
She comes out around noon and she's like, oh, good, it's all clean. She's thinking about how she wants to find Tamlin and truly explain how sorry she was about Andros. I was I kind of felt like she did, but okay, she wants to have more of a conversation about it. I could understand that too.
Or...
Oh my God, what?
she's back in her head now.
Okay.
She was emotionally honest about her apology last night.
Yes.
She wants to explain it now. She felt like she got too vulnerable with Tamlin.
Truly explain, but she's trying to explain how sorry she is.
But she wants to explain it.
All right. Maybe.
It's just interesting. It could just be, I want to apologize more. But it could also be, I think I said things, if that was the first time she's ever apologized.
In her life.
Because that was her line from last episode. That was the first time I have ever been like that with someone just apologizing.
Yeah.
And now she wants to couch it, and there were reasons I don't know.
But there are reasons.
I know there are. I know.
Yeah.
But she's not in that big heart area anymore.
Right.
Now she's back in her head.
But she kind of, it's confusing because the whole chapter is kind of her
this tug of war
being,
back and forth.
In that a bit. So I don't know, but
fair. That was just a reading after I hope it was gone.
Well, that had a weird tone. So she looks out the window, she's admiring the grounds, and she thinks maybe when the paint comes, she could paint that. But she thinks, it might be vulgar to ask Tamlin about the paints after last night. And it's it definitely would. Give it a minute.
Tamlin, did you bury that corpse? Did my Amazon package come?
Actually, it's I give it 3 days, maybe.
Did my Rose Art 196 pieces fucking stencil set come in yet?
Yeah.
Let it go. Let
it
it.
Sec.
He'll provide. Don't worry. Daddy Tamlin's got the credit card.
There was no way the way he reacted that you think he's not gonna do it. He was so crazy about it.
And he also explicitly told you it would take a couple of days to find paint for you.
I might have remained staring out toward the smear of color and light and texture. We can't be doing this. We just can't be doing this.
I'm gonna bite the curb. I'm gonna obliterate my face. You can't just be listing attributes.
I thought it was interesting. She said she might have done that if Tamlin and Lucien had not arrived in the Great Hall downstairs. But she does it's just the map. It's just I would keep staring and admiring, but something else I need to do instead, right? This time I was maybe she would. She's starting to get there where she's letting herself a little bit more. So she comes down the stairs towards them, and Lucien immediately leaves. He waves.
He's hey,
back out the front door.
Yeah.
Then she, quote, I glanced around, hoping for any sign of those paints, but Tamlin pointed to the open front door.
Can you relax?
I said,
Can you relax?
Actually, just drug addict behavior.
The paints are not cocaine. I know there was a dead body on that table
last night, but
14 hours ago, max.
I do think it's probably supposed to be that's her way of moving past the trauma. She wants to be can I just move on to something else? Is there something else here I can do instead of think about that?
Yeah, but it is crazy behavior.
It reads weird.
Did my box come? Okay. And he kind of lets her have that. It was reasonable.
Yeah,
he comments on it. He's oh, they're not here yet. They're not here just yet. Don't worry, girl.
I don't think he might even know what she's looking for because it's such a weird thing to do.
He's so focused on her need.
I thought it was interesting at this point. She's calling him Tam. She's calling him Tam.
The Brandon Sanderson of it all.
I don't like the nicknames. I don't think it's for me that's almost a litmus test. Although I love Brandon Sanderson, so it's a kind of a lie.
Yeah. Well, it's a certain tone
that I generally don't love.
Correct. Yeah.
The second what do you mean you do it?
I do it in my real life a little bit.
You do?
Yeah, sometimes I'll be oh, Tyler, hey Ty. I'm where did that come from?
Okay, fine, but
But when I write, sometimes I shorten it.
You do?
And I'm I'll probably go back and change that.
No, there's no chance. In your book, your character's name is Morrow right now. You have them calling him Moore?
Nobody's calling him Moore. Everyone calls him the Valen. But anyway.
Okay, fine. They're calling him Val. Hey, Val, come check this out. Nobody's doing
someone
that.
Someone might hit him with Val. Someone might.
It's usually... Not always, like I said, I like Brandon, so it's obviously doesn't like kill it for me immediately.
Yeah.
But for me, the second we get these nicknames coming out, I'm like, oh God. I don't really know why.
We're all part of the party, you know? We're all hanging out.
Imagine in Lord of the Rings, they were just calling him Fro.
Where's Gim?
I know.
Gim and Lass, where are they? Where are our boys, Gim and Lass? Is Romir about? Romir and Gord, where are they? It's the Dolph. It's Dolphster.
Oh my God, I hate it. No, it's like, yeah, the pimp they get away with. That's kind of cute. But yeah, we were doing it for every character, and I don't know why sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's
They're
not.
hitting Sauron with just Rod. Yo, Rod's here. Fuck. He wants that ring, Fro. Get out of here. Ron sent the orcs. Yo, big Rod.
Okay, so Tamlin's, she doesn't see her paints, they haven't arrived. She's looking out the front door. There's three horses out there. Lucian's on one of them, so she's like, "Oh my God, we're going somewhere. Where are we going?" And then Tamlin's like, oh, your supplies won't arrive until tomorrow, and the gallery's being cleaned, and my meeting was postponed. I thought we'd go for a ride. No killing involved or Naga to worry about.
But then she hits this, like, I'm going to say cunty little... Was he rambling?
Oh.
Did I make him nervous? She's feeling herself a little bit.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, they've had a couple of moments now repeatedly.
Yeah,
they are always these weird, like, in the middle of the night, we're in a dire scenario, and we're, like, weird and intimate, and then the next... It's kind of like giving this... It's like a metaphorical version of, like, we're meeting in the night and fucking and then being awkward the next morning.
Interesting.
Except it's not fucking, it's curing wounds.
Yeah. Healing and...
It's blood and healing injuries.
Which...
That's kind of interesting.
Right?
Yeah. Doesn't it always have that feeling they do this weird thing in the middle of the night where they're, like, half asleep?
Yeah.
And, like, running on adrenaline, and then they, like, wake up and are awkward together and a little flirty.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting. What does it mean? It's a sexual metaphor of sorts, but...
It's definitely a sexual metaphor of sorts. It's something about, I guess, like, their mutual trauma and flaws.
Interesting.
Right?
No, it's the night court. Oh my God, wait, I figured it out. Hold on. Me stretching yarn. Oh my God, wait, they meet in the night?
Oh.
Night court?
Yeah. So Tamlin looks sad, and she's, like, thinking about how he had to bury the fairy last night, and she's like, how unbelievable that a fairy was burying a stranger. Wow.
Once again, you don't know anything about these
I know,
people.
you don't know any... I think we're at the point that you can just throw it away. We're so far off from where you started.
You have been wrong over and over and over again.
So anyway, she asks where they're going. He just smiles. So they've arrived somewhere. Like, at first, they're not really telling you where they are or describing it. All we know is that it was once again so beautiful. Feyre couldn't do it justice by painting it. Please describe this differently. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I'm putting in a formal request. No more.
Denied.
Yeah. There's beautiful flowers everywhere on the grass. It sounds real nice, right?
Yeah,
You're like, I'm sure. Who wouldn't want to be there? She, like, looks back, and they, like, have a picnic blanket laid out. I think it's purple.
I think so.
And then they're like, want to come sit over here on the blanket? And then she's, like, touching the grass, and, like, she's, like, high, and she's like, no, like, I love this grass too
she has, like,
much.
a weird boomer opinion. Like, why would I ever lay on a blanket when I could get in this grass?
The boomers say things like that.
It's, like, kind of being like, kids don't get their knees dirty. It's like, you need a blanket? I'm getting in the real I don't know.
I thought it was more the implication.
It is. No, you're definitely right.
Was that because it's such remarkable
Grass.
that she's like, I want to experience this.
Yeah.
Whatever. She says that. She's like, no, I'm sitting on this grass. And then you hear like Tamlin and Lucien whispering behind her. And then Tamlin comes and sits next to her on the grass. And you're like, okay, they're like conspiring in some fashion.
They clearly are. There's some
but and who doesn't like the idea of these two hot giant men conspiring to like date you together or something, where like he's like helping one of them date you, and they're like, how can we woo her? How can we make her happy? That's nice.
Every girl likes that.
So
we missed my favorite description.
No, what is it? I have one written, and I was like, I almost like don't want to get into it, but if you have something to say, you should do it.
Is it the shimmering tufts of dandelion fluff?
No, it wasn't that. That's very much like sparkling spin strips.
It is. I was just like, all right.
What was that?
Shimmering tufts of dandelion fluff.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Tamlin and Feyre are sitting a little bit away from Lucien, who's on the picnic blanket chugging wine.
Why isn't he just drinking it? He's like fucking guzzling this
Well,
wine.
I think because of last night. That really stressed him out.
He's still
he's
coming down
upset.
from
Yes.
it? Yeah, okay.
Honestly, maybe the only normal reaction.
True.
Meaning, like,
True.
the morning after that happened, you might be like, I'm upset.
Yeah.
I think he's feeling forced to do what they're doing right now in some capacity.
He would have taken the day to sulk if...
Yes, definitely.
All right.
Yeah. So she asks what this place is.
Yeah.
Tamlin says, just a glen. And then Lucien snorts, like laughing at him behind him. And then he quickly asks, oh, do you like it? And then I was like, you know what? Lucien's kind of Nesta-coded.
Kind of.
Right? I was like, that's such a Nesta move.
Yep.
Because poor Tamlin's really trying his best. It's very interesting. They almost have a little bit of a Feyre and Nesta dynamic in terms of, like, Tamlin not... Feyre says, like, she's not great at speaking. Mm-hmm. And Nesta really is. And, like, Tamlin also, he talks about he's not good at speaking, but Lucien is. And Lucien is always kind of, like, berating him when he's bad at it.
Yep. That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's funny, though, that Feyre comes into this scenario where Tamlin's her analog and Lucien's Nesta, and she's like, I love him. And it's like, okay.
But you hate her, yeah. And they're very much so brothers, in a way. Although, I think they're a little closer than brothers.
Brothers wouldn't say some of the things we say.
No. Even just that. Even them setting up the blanket in their weird little picnic.
Yeah.
Him starting to drink wine.
Yeah.
Tamlin saying just a Glen and him laughing.
Yes.
And maybe I'm crazy.
Right.
This might be my basement yard clip right here. But it immediately in me evokes, well, that's where they were giving back shots. Like, Tamlin's just...
Like, agree. Like, I agree
Lucien
just on
that. They have such a history in this Glen. I'm sorry.
Okay, I mean, like, I agree on principle just because... Yeah. But also, like, what are you saying? Why in this...
I don't know how to explain it other than
Don't you
that
think it's
laugh.
just your heart's wish? Don't you think it's just your heart's wish?
My heart doesn't wish or long for anything impossible. So, this happened.
Wow.
I don't know. Something about that. Something about Tamlin trying to downplay it, and then Lucien like mocking him felt sexual to me.
Okay, all right. There's a lot here to unpack.
Yes.
Number one, I feel like the actual reading is that Tamlin is supposed to be seducing, wooing, flirting with her.
Yes.
Lucien is aware of that. And kind of trying to help him be charismatic.
He's also kind of just, mocking his foibles.
And he's failing.
Yes,
and Lucien's just laughing because he's failing at saying something interesting. I feel like that reading can be sufficient.
Good.
Now, there's like two things here with what you're saying. Now, there's one that's like, you're saying, what if this Glen is so special and charged, and because they're doing back shots here all the time. All right.
Anyway.
So they're doing back shots here. And you think that, like, the laugh... This is just, like, This is fanfic, but it's pretty good fanfic. That's what I'll say.
Fanfic.
I don't think there's any indication what you're saying would have to mean this. Like, what's in here would mean what you're saying. But the idea that they were doing backshots there, and then like Tamlin's like, there's the awkwardness of like, why do you bring me here? What is this? And him just saying just a Glen, and Lucien like thinking about the backshots and like laughing and being like, yeah, just a Glen.
Just a Glen, yeah.
Is good. It's just fan fiction.
It's great.
But it's good. Then I think so there's a sexual connotation if you assume that fan fiction is correct. That's cool. But then there's a sexual connotation to the scene as is, canonically, I think. Very like undercurrent and very like, you gotta be a certain type of horn dog brain to get here, but we are, so for us, yes, where the dynamic of them again together taking her here and being like, you're gonna woo her, and then Tamlin being this like hot buff guy who's like a little nervous about it, and his like cute boyfriend sitting there watching him try to like fuck this girl and go like, you're doing a bad job, do a better job, sort of has like some sort of like, we could make a good BDSM fanfic about that dynamic like really easily. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I had a lot to unpack there.
And that's good.
But
that's good stuff.
Okay, yeah.
And I think I agree, and I sense that, and then I just filled in the back shots as like even more backstory as to why it's so charged. Yeah.
Yeah. But right, like honestly, so like if you were like, hey, we're giving you like sections of this book that it's got horny, take it here. I would make the scene be like Tamlin's sitting there, Lucien's behind them, drinking, watching, sitting there, and he's like, laughs at him. He's like, poor Tamlin's trying to be better. And then Lucien's like, say this to her. And then Tamlin's okay. And then he says that. And then, like, Feyre's getting horny. And then Lucien's like, do this, touch her like this. This is the fanfic that I would write. Let me know. Honestly, do you want it?
Do you?
You guys have to comment. I won't write it unless I get comments. But I legit might write it. Let me know if anybody else likes this idea.
Yeah, wait. Lucien could be taking out, like, little aphrodisiacs from his picnic basket and, like, feeding them to her.
But well, like, he's giving them to Tamlin and being like, feed her. Like, that's, he's the orcish, he's just there going
he's the
like,
puppet master, pulling the
I'm
strings.
watching,
yeah.
I'm like doming both of you, I'm getting like free porn, in this Glen.
Yeah, all right, yeah, I like it.
It's good,
like
right?
It's like a bisexual, like, BDSM circle almost. Lucien's efforts go so well that Tamlin is now destroying poor little Feyre, right?
Yeah,
but then
yes.
Feyre is getting all like worked up and being like, "Do you wish this was you?" or something like that. Back
no,
no, you're not a fan of that? Okay, not in this scene.
Feyre doesn't have enough.
No agents.
No, I'm saying Feyre doesn't strike me at this point as a person who can bring that energy.
Okay, all right.
She just can't. Like, if you got Nesta in the scene, I'd accept it. Like, I would say
Fair.
yes,
Wow.
do that. But Feyre can't.
Right too.
Why is Nesta here? I don't. Nesta got picked instead, and she's here in this scene. Okay. He asks her if she likes the Glen because Lucien makes fun of him.
Yeah.
She says yes. He says that's it. Yes, which is funny because like 3 seconds ago we were like making fun of him for not being verbose,
hyping up the Glen. Yeah, no, they're very themselves coded.
I know, yeah, exactly. They're each other coded.
Part of why they should work, and also part of why they shouldn't work.
Yeah, and that's what happens.
Yeah,
they
they're
do
a little
and they
too
don't.
similar.
So again, even though I do like Tamlin eventually, although I do have to say he is a little boring. I get why people aren't that like overly attached to him in this first book.
Yeah.
And that I have too many things I want to say.
Okay.
I want to talk about that because it ties into my theories about this story and how people react to Tamlin or Rhysand and all that. But I'm not overly attached to Feyre and Tamlin staying together.
No.
But I am attached to the idea of that not requiring the whole book series to be like, and that's because he's evil. That's all I request. I kind of like the idea of them having a romance where you see the ways in which they really work and then you kind of see it fall apart. I don't feel like we really get to see it fall apart in a way I would have liked. And I think it's just too lopsided how we handle it narratively. So, he says, that's it, yes? And she says, would you like me to grovel with gratitude for bringing me here, High Lord? Tamlin's like joking back to her like, oh, I thought it didn't tell you anything important, but know I'm the High Lord.
Yep.
Then she says, he also said that you like being brushed. And if I'm a clever girl, I might train you with treats. That's a lot. And Tamlin loves this joke like you guys would not believe. He is roaring, ripping and roaring. His head's back.
Like that,
That's so scary.
Well.
Yeah, my guy, he's lonely. They don't got jokes out here because this one hit.
I might die of surprise. You made a joke. That's Lucien.
So they're like all vibing right now.
Yeah. You don't want to know what the cereal said about you. That's fair.
Yep. And Tamlin says, I'd pay good money to hear what the cereal thinks of Lucien.
He's so boring.
So is she.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Tamlin is kind of boring. That was something I reflected on while reading this, right? I think he's cute. I think I'd be into him in real life. I think that there's a lot of things about him that are appealing, but he is written in a way that's pretty boring. Anyway, there's nothing about him that I dislike. I do get, though, like a lot of people are kind of like, I don't know, like if he's that exciting for me to read about. Agreed. But do I get into my thesis?
Do it.
My thesis here.
Thesis time.
It's obviously not true 100% across the board, but I do have a thesis that there's something that's happening widely with the audience. When we read books, this is no judgment of this because I feel this way. When you read a book, quite often, because it's a book, it is fictional, real life exists. We're in real life. We're talking to nice people all the time. We're living our lives. And when you read the book, you're like, I want it to feel more exciting and feel a little bit more like the characters are more intense.
Sure.
And bombastic. We could get into this forever. But like, you want it to be a little different than what you're experiencing. And there's also an appeal to a lot of like dark characters when it comes to attraction and sexuality, which has a much, also, God, the broadest, biggest thing we could talk about. And so I feel what this book does is it gives you like, as of right now, and through a lot of this story, Tamlin kind of is just a nice guy. I'm not talking about the second book, some of the stuff he does, but throughout most of this book, he's really very nice to her. He's not, like, of course he's grumpy in the beginning, but then he really does care about giving her everything she wants and all these things. And there's something very, like, just simple and almost, like, overly sweet about Tamlin. And I feel that the book series basically takes you thinking he's boring, which is actually technically because he's good. He's not a villain. Like, He doesn't really do anything villainous for the most part. And you saying, like, nice guys like this in these books are not that compelling to read about. And then it says, you weren't just bored because he was a nice guy. You were bored because he was secretly an evil guy. And then when the evil guy shows up, playing his evil role, and you get to eroticize the bad things that he does, the book goes, you felt some excitement about him being bad. That's actually because he's a good guy, and you feeling excited was actually about his goodness. These things are not true. You actually were bored by Tamlin because he was being good. And that's fair, right? A lot of people, including myself, like to sexualize and eroticize the villains and the bad guys. And so Tamlin is just at this point, you're like, yeah, I don't know. How much do I care about this? I could do this in real life. I could go on a little skinny dipping swim with a nice guy in real life. Where, like, the shit Rhysand gets up to eventually, you're like, I can't do that. I can't do that with anybody because it's crazy. But that's why it's kind of fun to read about in the book and eroticize the intensity of. And so I just feel like the book is just, like, trying to say, like, you're bored because he's bad. And it's like, no, you're bored because he's good. And it's trying to say, you're turned on by the bad guy because he's good. It's like, no, you're turned on by him because he's bad. If we made Rhysand actually good from the beginning, you guys wouldn't have cared about him.
He would have been just as boring as Tamlin.
You wouldn't have cared. You wouldn't have cared. You didn't unlock some secret thing. I know you guys all want to believe that, but you didn't. You were just bored because he's boring, and Rysand, you were excited because he's exciting, and he's exciting because he's bad.
And then you got bamboozled into believing that you're somehow good for eroticizing the bad guy who is actually good.
And there's probably a few of you out there that, like, when Rysand came on the scene, you didn't eroticize him, and you couldn't until later when he was revealed to be good. I'm not talking to you. I think that's a real small minority. And over a fact, I see people talking about it all the time. People are eroticizing Rysand the minute he hits the scene. Guess what you don't know at that point? That he's good. So that means even if he was never revealed to be a good guy, you in fact were into him and excited by him before you knew that. I think you'd be bored by Tamlin even if he never ended up being bad. I think if Tamlin ended up being totally good the whole time and acted the way he acts, you'd still just find him boring because he's a little boring. It's just something I just have so many thoughts, and I never know when the right time to tangent about them is.
Well, this was a good one. Back to the blanket.
They're bantering.
Yeah.
So Tamlin says he wants to show her something, and they head down a hill, and she admires his muscular legs.
Yes, she does.
And they come upon a sparkling silver pool. She said, I could tell it wasn't water, but something more rare and infinitely more precious. I was like, damn, okay, coming for water. You know,
well,
like...
Yeah.
Oh, like, water is kind of important, but...
More...
I don't know, anyway,
Wait, she said it was more important than water?
No, she said something more rare. It's more rare, for sure.
And more precious.
Infinitely more.
Yeah, liquid star. I will take liquid stars being more precious than water.
No, water's the most precious. You need it to survive. We don't need this water. We don't need this starlight liquid.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if that's true. Maybe the starlight liquid came
out
of the
together.
cauldron, and it is like some primordial
soup. Well, it does. There is that...
it's pouring stars.
Effervescent water that came out of the cauldron.
Yeah, wait, why didn't we call back to that? We made a whole point of...
Maybe she didn't want it to be that obvious.
It is.
I believe, if I'm correct, I feel like I saw people talking about this recently where, like, this has never come back up. So, like, we still don't know what it is.
So this is whatever. This is just a weird
Unless it could be, like, this is going to be important for, like, the end of the book series or something.
We need a pond of starlight, but where are we going to find that? they like run to the pool, but Alice with her assassin's dagger is standing before it. Like, for Hybrid!
That would be sick.
Yeah, it would be.
That's your new theory.
And her 2 adult children.
Nephews, actually.
Yeah, whatever. Like, he's like tugging her down this hill.
Yeah.
And it's just like, his legs are so hot, and she's like falling, and he's just like dragging her along, and it's like, he's just like running perfectly, and then like, he like lets go of her, like parkours over a tree, and she's just like, oh. I'm like, why did you do it like that?
I don't know.
He could have just picked her up and like jumped down.
I guess
that
would have been too much like Twilight. They go to the pool. He pulls some water up his hands and he's like, take a look. She says, that looks like starlight.
And then he's like, it is starlight. And and then she's like, that's impossible. Which, once again, why do you think you know anything about this place? So then Tamlin says, your legends say anything is possible.
Well, in Prythian.
In Prythian.
Yes.
Do they say that?
Well, we don't know. I guess we gotta sing a song about it.
Cradle song.
I guess we need a cradle song about anything is possible. Nothing is impossible in Prythian.
Whatever your heart desires, you'll find it on o'er the wall. Anything that you can want, little Feyre, is in Prythian.
That was the first one that sounded like a lullaby.
I tried really hard to make it a lullaby.
Oh my god. I feel like my brain wants to like do something similar to like that tune. I gotta get away from it.
You gotta, think of all the other tunes.
Nothing's impossible in Prythian. Nothing over there's the same. Nothing's impossible in Prythian. That can be good or bad depending on the day. That's
nice,
it.
That's pretty good. Yeah. very just straightforward on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, again, though, yours was like, go to Prithian. I don't think they say that.
Well, anything can happen, including a star pond, now kind of sounds like they do. So I don't know.
They didn't know. No, I don't think they're saying that. The legend is just saying everything's possible, which does make it sound appealing, really.
Yeah,
that's an uplifting message, I think.
The legends have not said anything is possible in Prithian. The legends have said mushrooms will eat your face in Prithian, and every butterfly is deadly. She
asks, how is this possible that this is starlight? And he says, this is so Farrakhan, it's absolutely insane. He says, I don't know. I never asked and no one explained. Okay,
you were like in charge of this whole shit. Like,
what do you mean you never asked? And he says like he swam in it before. He comes here all the time as a kid. You never asked anyone. You never asked one fucking person what this thing is.
He's giving Lucien reach arounds in here, and he's just
right.
And he's never.
They're coming in the lake.
They're coming. It's High Lord Cum. He didn't want to tell her.
Well, she does, and she gets in there, and she's thinking about, like, what liquid is this?
What liquid is this? Heavier than water, but thinner than oil. It's calm. No.
Well, the people said, they were like, we never found out the secret of the Starlight Lake, and we figured it out.
We figured it out for you. Don't worry.
You guys weren't thinking creatively enough.
Nope.
But yeah, that's crazy to me that he hasn't asked anybody about this. But Pharaoh would do the same, I think. But then how does he know it's starlight? What? Somebody must have told you it was starlight at some point. Where'd you get that from?
Yeah, someone said it's a Starlight Lake, and he went, oh, cool.
But he didn't assume that it was just called that. He was like, nope, they mean it literally.
Well, what was the question specifically from Pharaoh?
Just how? So.
Yeah, like, how is it possible? He's like, I don't know. It's just here. It is starlight, though.
What do you mean it is starlight, though? If nobody told you that, what do you mean?
Someone told him it's starlight. How? He doesn't know. I don't know. I don't know how starlight got here. And based on what he says in a little bit about making her happy, I believe it is starlight. And he's just, like, not that impressed by a pool of starlight.
All right. So he starts taking off his shirt, and he's like, jump in! Oh. That was the Naga.
Broing.
Oh no, the Naga are coming!
Oh shit!
Oh no! They're coming! Get out of here! Yeah.
No, that's Feyre's dick right now.
Well, because she loves the Starlight Lake?
No, because Tamlin's like...
Oh, right. Yeah, Lucien told him to do that. He was like, you better get down to that lake, start unrobing, show her your muscles.
Tamlin, your words are not your best attribute. Just take your shirt off in front of her. She'll like that. Right?
Hey,
yeah. He's a himbo. You know?
Yeah.
He's there to be oogled.
But it's nice to think about Lucien saying that. She's just like a swim, unclothed, with a High Lord.
With him?
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Don't you want to know what it's like?
And then she's like, I don't know if he meant swimming in starlight or swimming with him. He definitely meant swimming in starlight. And then she says, I know. He says, all right. Oh, man. It's nice that he doesn't push her. Or Sand would have kicked her into the lake by now. She says, no, I don't want to swim with you. He's like, okay. And then she's still like admiring his muscles and being like, why this place? Like, why'd you bring me here?
Yeah.
And then he says that he liked to be here as a child. And then we do the like, how long ago is that? And then he's like, a very long time ago. So then she asks if Lucien's okay after last night because he threw up and ran away. And we get a big Lucien lore dump. So
let's go.
Tamlin says Lucien's endured things that make that sort of thing difficult for him. Not just his eye getting ripped out, but that didn't help. So, okay, here's what we learned. Lucien is the youngest son of the High Lord of the Autumn Court, okay? Mm-hmm. He's the youngest of 7 brothers. So there's 6 more Lucien family people.
So instead of 7 dwarves... we got 7 hot Lucien brothers.
Yeah, I guess that's an upgrade. And
yeah,
the Autumn Court is cutthroat. Beautiful.
Sure, yeah.
But his brothers see each other only as competition since the strongest will inherit the title of High Lord.
Okay.
Which then he proceeds to say is the same throughout Prithian at every court, which I was like, but then why are they so cutthroat? But wouldn't that be how that shakes out everywhere?
Yeah, maybe just a matter of him having so many sons. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, a lot of kids.
So Lucien never thought he was going to be High Lord. He didn't even care about it. So he spent his youth doing everything a High Lord's son probably shouldn't. And so he was wandering around the courts. He was making friends with all the other boys, the High Lord's sons. He
making
was
friends in various glens.
Yeah, hanging out. Yeah. And being with females.
With females.
They do call them females because they're not women. Because they're fae.
I guess.
That would work better if they were a little bit less human. I think. It reads weird given that they are just guys. So.
And wouldn't they have a word for woman if that was the case? Yeah.
Fascia.
They are fascia.
That would be nice.
They would, yeah.
Being with females who are a far cry from the nobility of the Autumn Court.
It's like, it reads like the back of a book cover.
Yeah.
Just explaining the concept instead of 100%. How someone would talk. But
yes, no. The whole thing feels really stilted. Lucien said he didn't care that she wasn't one of the High Fae, that he was certain the mating bond would snap into place soon. So we're introducing the concept of a mating bond.
What does that do? I don't know.
You'll find out.
Okay.
Yeah, so he said he's going to marry her and leave his father's court and his scheming brothers.
And that worked out, and now he's really happy.
Yes, well then how did he end up in this glen?
Wait.
Giving or receiving back shots? Well...
Receiving.
But not in the one that I'm writing, actually.
You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want over there.
Yeah. Tamlin self-insert. Okay. Yeah. So... I do think the wording was a little much. His father had her put down.
Why'd
you say it like that? Executed in front of Lucien as his two eldest brothers held him and made him watch.
It's giving berserk.
Kind of, yeah. Very sad for Lucien. That's very tragic now that we know our poor boy has been through this. So Lucien left the Autumn Court. He cursed his father and abandoned his title and walked out. And this I feel like I'm missing something. This is without his title protecting him, his brothers thought to eliminate one more contender to the High Lord's crown. I assumed we already suggested that they were trying to fuck each other. They couldn't kill him before, they could just sabotage each other.
I guess so.
Because when he said the Autumn Court's cutthroat, whoever's the strongest wins the throne, I kind of assumed we meant that was happening.
That's what I would assume.
Before
they're constantly assassinating.
Yes, that's what I literally thought it meant.
I suppose not.
Okay, so they try to ruin each other, but they can't assassinate each other until he gave up his title. Then they could assassinate him. But I'm him giving up his title, why would he even be in the running? Now. That's what I'm saying.
And they're just in case.
It sounded like we were presenting it and logically, now they'd be worried about him taking it. I was no, the opposite. Logically, I would think now they're thank God he's out of the running.
Yeah.
We don't care. He can't have it. He doesn't have his title. He doesn't even live in the court anymore. Wouldn't that disqualify you?
I would think. Yeah,
Why didn't they just go kill him because they hate him for disgracing them?
That is exactly what I was going to say. Just make it oh, you cursed our father in our name? We'll
and left the Autumn Court?
Now you're an enemy. So anyway, 3 bros try and gang up on him.
3 went out to kill him and 1 came back. Here's where we start getting into Tamsin territory. She's oh, Lucien killed them. And Tamlin's yeah, he killed 1. I killed the other one because he was on my fucking property.
Gun rights, Tamlin says.
Yeah. So that's okay. Romantic. Lucien came to him, my poor boy. This is your dream, okay? You self-insert.
My dream.
He comes. You've met him.
Yep. Met him.
You're that's.
We've met. We have met under starlight in the glen.
Man I've seen in my life.
Yeah.
Here he comes. He's I'm disgraced. My family. I need help. I need comfort.
Yeah.
I need strong arms. And my brothers are after me. And you're get behind me. And then I'll get behind you. But first get behind me.
Get behind me and then we'll both turn around.
I'm going to kill your brother for you. You're my guy.
Guy, that's a word.
So, but then he says, do you have something to say before I say the big line? Or do you even know what the big line is?
I don't have the big line.
You don't?
I don't.
Well, this is what I think got you
Maybe
thinking
is.
about
Yeah.
it. He says, Tamlin, I claimed Lucien as my own.
That's pretty explicit.
That is something intense to say.
It is.
About your hot bro that you live with. Just the two of you.
Bro that you live with.
Just the two of you.
Yeah. And maybe Andros.
I claimed Lucien as my own. Like, done. I'm done. Cooked.
Claimed him.
I claimed him as my own.
He laid claim to his body in this glen. Up on that blanket.
And in the house all over the place.
And every room that's why they can't go in the gallery.
They're covered
This
in cum.
is everywhere. It's like Jackson Pollock, but fucking huge cum shots. and he's just like, I can't make Alice clean all this cum. It's too much. But then she's like, oh, Pharaoh wants to go in there. Get in there with the chisels.
Oh my god, that's why the gallery's been closed.
Out of commission. Just paint buckets of cum. Crazy.
Oh my god. But like, okay, that's horny. That's so horny.
It is very horny.
And then he's like, yeah, I made him my emissary because he had a million friends in all the courts and he's good at talking to people. Why? Oh, I thought you were laughing.
I was.
Okay, well, he's got a million friends.
He's got so many friends.
Yeah, see, like, if I were fair, I would be like, claimed him.
Claimed him?
How? What do you mean?
How? Could you show me?
Then she's like, okay, has he had to deal with his father and brothers as an emissary? Why are we even bringing this up now?
First question.
And he's like, yeah, and his dad never even apologized. Why would he apologize? He just murdered a girl in front of his son. Like, we're beyond... Would it even matter if he did? And his brothers are too scared of Tamlin to do anything. So, like, I do love this. He's so beautiful. He's there. He's so sexy. And he's, like, being, like, he took me in. And then, like, Tamlin's behind him. Like,
huge chest.
And he's just like, yeah, brothers. Like, don't you come near my man. Don't fuck with my man.
Tore him to ribbons right in front of the other two. Turn back to where you came.
Yes.
Cauldrons,
yes, that is where we're at. These two are boyfriends and have been from the moment
for
he
hundreds
came.
Hundreds of years.
God.
One skinny, malnourished blonde is going to ruin that? Come on.
She's not even blonde.
Whatever color.
So she says, it didn't excuse anything Lucien had said and done to me, but I understood now.
It didn't excuse any of it? It didn't excuse any of it? None of it? None of it?
Yes,
That
not.
is the craziest thing to say.
Is more than anything, I'm more just like, in the face of learning this, your mind immediately going to like, and how does that impact all the things he did to me? And maybe you could think of it the next time he checks you, the next time you're in the fucking dining room and he throws a little dagger at you, you'd be like, all right, I kind of get why he does that now. Well, once I hear things like that, I go like, oh shit, Prithian's like serious business, and like that sounds like dark stuff is happening to these people. Yeah. So like, I don't know over 500 years how much like horrible shit like that has occurred to them.
Over and over in loops. Yeah, she said, I understood now. I can understand the walls and barriers he had no doubt constructed around himself. My chest was too tight, too small to fit the ache building in it. I looked at the pool of glittering starlight and let out a heavy breath. So, so she...
Well, she does, like, she says many times in the chapter she feels really bad for him. So it's not like she's just, like...
No, but it didn't quite excuse everything he'd said and done. Just like, that's the first fucking thought? Has he done anything that bad to you? The cereal was the worst thing, and you begged for that.
You did beg. It's not... Right. Honestly, I wish we could make everybody just a little worse. What would have been more interesting is if Feyre hadn't asked for it, Lucien picked up how badly she wanted to know this information, and he had slid up to her and been like, hey, I've got an idea.
Yeah.
Why don't you go?
That's a classic Faye thing.
That would be so much cooler. And then she'd have way more justification for being pissed off at him, because she'd be like, I didn't even think of it. He kind of like goaded me into doing it and being like, it's no big deal. We do it all the time. you should go.
Yeah.
Try this. Like, and then she's like, what the fuck is
That's
this?
not what I thought. And
but no, instead,
oh, what? Sorry.
we make it that she begged and he was like, hell no. And then she annoyed him enough that he went like, okay. And then we're like blaming him for...
It doesn't really make sense. Yeah.
I don't know. Why can they not be worse? Do you know how much cooler Lucien would be if he did that? He would be
so
more
much
fucked
cooler
up.
and
but
so much more Fae-like. It's
way
just,
more, yeah.
Yeah. I'll give you what you want. And it's like, not what you're thinking, you know?
So she asks what would happen if she drank the starlight water. Tamlin says, legend claims you'd be happy until your last breath. Perhaps we both need a glass.
Legend claim. Oh, he's so corny.
First of all, I'm questioning though. I'm like, okay, you've like swam in this pool a bunch. You never got it up in your nose and your mouth. You didn't drink a little bit on accident.
Maybe you do feel a little better. Just
maybe you do, but like, so he's never taken a big old gulp.
Gulp.
So what? He's just scared to find out.
Just try it. I don't know. Well, actually, I don't know. If it is stars, maybe not a good idea. I don't know. We don't swim in it then, though. It's one or the other.
Okay, yeah. So he's like, oh, maybe we should both drink a glass. She says, this is what annoyed me. She says, I don't think that entire pool would be enough for me. You just heard about what's going on over here for these men, and you think you're the one that needs the whole pool. No, I think they need the whole pool. I think they need the whole pool, right? Why not even just say, I don't think the whole pool would be enough for us? That would be like a
bonding
cute
moment.
bonding
Thing.
Cute. But notice, she doesn't say that.
No.
Oh, no, it's just me. 2 jokes in one day. A miracle sent from the cauldron. That's what Tamlin says.
And also maybe this pool of stars was sent from the cauldron. We don't know.
He asks, like, what would be enough to make you happy, Feyre? And she blushes and she's like, I really don't know. I've never thought about it before, other than marrying my sisters off and painting with my dad. Okay, he says,
what about the ringing of bluebells? Or ribbons of sunshine? Or garlands of moonlight? He grinned wickedly.
Okay, first of all, I gotta say, I actually think those are kind of cute.
Yeah.
That I like. I like the things he said.
But
the ringing of bluebells, ribbon of sunshine, garland of moonlight. That's very cute, romantic, poetic. Those are one of the few times she's reached for a thing like that I actually thought worked.
I agree.
But why did he grin wickedly? Nothing about those things was naughty.
They're not naughty.
Suggestive.
And unless they're all fake, but I'm believing they're all real.
Is he grinning wickedly because he's like, I made them up? I'm lying to you. I can't do that.
Or is he grinning wickedly just because he knows she's getting embarrassed and he's kind of like pushing? Like, is that it? Is he being flirty?
Yeah, like, I feel like we kind of, like, right after this kind of suggests that's the dynamic. I don't feel like they've ever had that dynamic. I feel like, if anything, Lucien kind of has that dynamic with her. Tamlin's never been that way.
Trying.
And I feel like, but she kind of, like, the way it's done...
Yeah.
And the way she talks about it is as if, like, Tamlin. Like, he's never acted like that before.
So is she High Lord of Prythian indeed. More like High Lord of Foolery.
Why did she say that?
I don't know.
Foolery?
Because he's fucking flirting and, like, what's he doing?
And he knew. I guess I found this weird. He knew I'd say no, and I'd squirm a bit from merely being alone with him. I don't know. Do we know this?
Yeah, she has been. I mean, like, so far.
Meaning, do we know that Tamlin is loving that and doing that on purpose? That's what I'm saying.
No. I that's my point.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, I'm like,
I think this is Feyre assuming his mental state is a Nestaism.
Right.
Feyre is saying, I am getting embarrassed. That means he's enjoying making me embarrassed. Because why else would he be doing it? And he's like, I'm just flirting.
I think he's just flirting.
He's awkward and flirting. He's not trying to do anything to you. He's just having a good time with you. And you're getting uncomfortable.
I know. Like, no, I wouldn't let him have the satisfaction of embarrassing me.
Okay.
And then she says, a swim sounds delightful. Like, she's like getting one over on him. It's just weird. Everything has to be framed as antagonistic.
Yes.
Where it's like, what? So she takes her clothes off and keeps on her sort of modest undergarments. So yeah, as she's like in her undergarments, Tamlin slowly looks her up and down.
I don't want to interrupt you, but I hate to say, I apologize. They're not undergarments.
Oh.
They are described as ivory underthings.
Okay, I like mine better.
Yeah, no kidding. What is under things? That sounds like disavowal. We can't even talk about what they are.
We can't even say, yeah, no, you're right.
She's wearing her boyfriend boxers.
Imagine it was like she's in her little thong panties.
Imagine.
And...
No, they are distinctly not revealing underwear.
I know, yeah.
It's,
yeah. Yeah.
That doesn't stop our boy, though.
No, he's like, looking her up and down. And...
Tamlin should relax a little bit.
But also,
it's fucking the shit out of her, though.
So she says.
Yeah.
Or does she just wish that she wants to be horny for him? And I think that she's like, I need a reason. Like, I don't know. Do we think it's true?
Damn. Is it more even? Because the way it's described
yeah, exactly.
Tamlin's just like, yeah. Ooh, look at that. And then Feyre's like,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
yeah. It is very much that. But he gives her a lazy smile and takes off his clothes. And I could have sworn the gleam in his eyes turned hungry and feral.
Could have sworn.
And we'll play like we're like, we don't like that or something. But like, we all like it. Feyre likes it. The audience likes it. Give me a break. Okay. And then she fucking throws our boy Isaac under the bus. And for what?
Oh my god. I wrote, like, man, she had to do that to him?
Why'd she do that to him? My boy, I'm feeling a little bad for him now. She's like, his body was nothing like Isaac's, who had been in the gangly place between boy and man. Tamlin's glorious body was honed by centuries of fighting and brutality. Jesus, leave him alone.
Yeah,
he's
that's
a starving...
not a fair comparison.
What?
He is centuries-old warrior. It's like being like, this man has been alive since Roman times, and he's been defending a gateway. And you're like, he's so hot compared to this preteen that I was fucking in a barn. Whatever.
But...
You know, well, one day we're fucking. Who knows?
Listen, I just feel like he's catching strays, and it wasn't necessary. He didn't do anything wrong.
Once again, just like Tamlin to Rhysand, look at us denigrating the old one to move on to the new one.
That's so true. And we're also always denigrating, I guess, like, normalcy. I'm kind of like, give it a break, because you wouldn't like it if they were thinking and talking about you that way, miss.
No, she
You know what I mean? Like,
it.
you would crash out so hard. I don't know. I just am like, he's just a guy. He's very hungry. And you don't look great either.
I love that Isaac Hale has a gangly body, but like her when she's describing Tamlin's lust for her is all curves. And
where'd the curves come from? How long you been here? You were supposed to have your ribs sticking out.
Pounding gold plates. She's been at that salad bar filling it with breadsticks and sauce for the last.
You think it could get that so fast that she went from malnourished, starving
to dumpy? Yes,
to dumpy.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
That's that Prithian magic. That's
your
that
little
spring quartz.
Your little scrawny ass was matching Isaac Hale perfectly fine a week ago, okay?
Whoa. Yeah, rusty bangs.
I don't know. Whatever. Like, I get it. He's remarkably hot, but like, geez. So she goes in the water.
It's warm.
It's it's not water, but something smoother, thicker. It's not oil, but something pure, thinner.
Feels like a Sondheim like lyric.
Wait,
no.
Do it.
Not like water, smoother and thicker, but not like oil, purer and thinner.
That was good.
Thank you. Wow.
That is exactly what it would sound like in the Sondheim ACOTAR musical.
Yeah. It is come. Tamlin's come.
Lucian's come.
Big fake cum all over the walls. Big fake cum. I got nothing else on your overall.
And then like Alice will come in like, I can't believe it. I don't know. Yeah.
Can't get it off. Oh, me life is toils. And I got me boils scraping off this car.
My life has come. My life is always calm. I was just cleaning.
This is a joke for literally us and maybe one other person.
Yeah, Charis. It's just for us and Charis, and that's it.
Oh, Charis, enjoy.
My life is calm.
My life is calm.
My life is always calm.
It's always calm. I keep coming. Coming so loudly. Coming so proudly.
I want to come on the art gallery. I don't know. I just keep doing Into the Woods now.
It's like all of Lucian's brothers. They keep coming. They keep coming over there. They keep coming. We hate Tamlin. We'll get Tamlin. They keep coming. Fuck Cradle songs. We'll just do modern American theater.
Sondheim ACOTAR all day long. Okay, now we have two musical bits.
Yep.
Okay.
It's just how it is.
Okay. He asks Farrah, who taught her to swim?
Who cares? It's the dumbest fucking question in the world.
She says, okay, do you notice, but in this whole portion of the conversation they have, we keep specifying ages, like her age, multiple times in ways that are just like, who cares? And it's always within like max span of like 4 years. It's just like,
yeah,
who fucking cares? Why is she saying, I learned to swim when I was 12? He didn't even ask that, and who cares?
I care because we got to revisit why the fuck she can't learn. She doesn't know how to read again because she was in that house till age 11. 11.
Yeah, they're trying to just say,
what grade are you in? 11. How?
Sixth grade.
You're in 6th grade. Can you imagine not reading by 6th grade?
Nobody cared about her education, even when they were rich. Because
it is a plot hole. It's stupid. 100%.
It's implied in the beginning, I feel like, that like she didn't learn to read because they lost the money and therefore she couldn't get a tutor. Now it's just turned into, and then it was like that didn't fit with other things. So now it's just turned into, well, they just didn't care. They cared about the other two sisters who were like within a year or two of her, but they didn't care about her. Anyway, she says when she was 12, she watched The Village Children and taught herself. And it was so scary when she tried to swim, but it was really, she thought it was so important. And you're like, okay, yes. Her characterization, I get it. He asks how her father lost his fortune. She asks how he knows about that. He says her diction is too good to be born a peasant. This does go back to that thing where when he showed up and was like, oh, where, like, there was, you don't have a mom, how'd she die? And then she's like, why are you even saying that? And then he has some flimsy reason. Yeah. This feels like that to me, where you're like, how'd you know that?
Does there end up being a real reason?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
unless there is that we're not coming up to. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think there's any reason why Tamlin would know all of this. Is there?
I got no clue.
I don't know. Whatever. It just seems weird that he knows so specifically that her father lost his fortune. I don't know. What if her mom was the one who was rich? What if a lot of things, right? She says, my father was called the Prince of Merchants. What do you think of that? Are you going to call Papa that from now on?
I'll come up with something. The Prince is something. Prince of laying around.
But they were like, oh, it was his father's title and his father's title, and it was always a lie. It was just that they all were amassing massive debts and actually not making any profit. I don't know. But it sounds like Papa really wasn't responsible for the debt in a sense. Like it was given to him from two other people.
Don't remove responsibility from this man. He needs to be bad. He is bad.
I know. I don't know. Her dad, he's trying to pay them off and he makes a bad gamble.
Chapter 18, we get the biggest bit of world building so far.
You get one word, yes. Yep. He puts their wealth on 3 ships to sail to the Barat for invaluable spices and cloth. And then Tamlin's like, oh, the Barat, it's a death trap unless you go the long way. And then she's like, and he did it.
And he did.
Well, why, like, whatever. I guess it's like the creditors were like about to like
down their neck. He had to get it there fast to get money.
But then they, naturally got
So
sunk.
Lena, Pinta, and Santa Maria all sank. Yeah,
Down they went.
And from their Barat trip.
It says the creditors kept taking everything until they had just enough to buy the cottage. She was 11. He asked when she started hunting. She says, oh no, actually, it took another 3 years for the money to entirely run out, so I didn't have to hunt for those 3 years.
5 years.
And I started hunting at 14. I don't know, why did we need to specify that? Why did we need, who cares? Who cares? Why did I need to know that they moved to the cottage and she didn't hunt and then later she hunted because the money, I don't care.
I don't know. I don't know why we're asking half of these questions. They're boring as fuck.
Neither. And he says, and here you are. What else did you figure out for yourself? And then she smiles and she's like, you know what?
He does feel a little condescending. I don't know why. It is supposed to be red nice, but like you could look at it and be like...
It feels... I did actually have this thought that I was like, it feels like a parent or like an adult talking to a child.
A little bit, yeah.
But at the same time, you're kind of like, well, yeah, no shit.
It
right?
should. He's 500 years old.
So then they're riding back to the house and Farrah keeps like looking at Lucien.
Uh-huh.
And he eventually comes to ride next to her and he's like, yeah, like, what do you want? And she's like, you know what? I'm not even going to mention what I know about him.
That was enough to persuade me not to say anything about his past. I would hate pity too. And he didn't know me. Not well enough to warrant anything but resentment if I brought it up. Even if it weighed on me to know it. Staring at him over and over again and making it... is just creating opportunity where like he now knows that you know about his past.
Yeah.
All because she doesn't want to hold it alone.
So then he's like, she says she never got to thank him for his advice about the cereal. And he like tenses and he's like, oh. And then she says, if you still want me dead, you might have to try a bit harder. He says, that's not what I intended. I wouldn't shed any tears. He really still is on this like...
Yeah.
Enough of you. But what happened to you? And then she says, I was joking. He says, you can't possibly forgive me that easily for sending you into danger. But also, she asked, you made it sound like it was dangerous the second you said, when it first came up, when they were riding in the woods, and she was like, oh, ask questions? How do I do that? And then he's like, if you're stupid enough to go after that thing, you should be locked up in the house. That is what he says. I don't know what else you could take away from that other than this is a dangerous thing to do.
Yep.
And then you kept asking. Fine, he told you maybe he shouldn't have if he wanted to keep you alive. But it's not like I said, this would make so much more sense if he approached her.
Yeah.
He did warn her it was dangerous.
And also, like, during the cereal scene, one of the things she was really, like, amped up about to be mad at Lucien for was the cereal itself.
It's creepy.
It was too creepy. And I was like, did you just think it was a magic rabbit? Like, what did you think?
Literally that. She's saying, no, part of me would like to wallop you for your lack of warning about the cereal. But I'm like, but what did she even need to know? He gave her all the things that worked.
I know.
She caught it, and she had a way to get away from it if it were to attack her. So, like,
Correct.
he did give her all the information.
And she used it all fine. It's just a third party interrupted, which, you know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, lack of warning. He said, don't go after it. It's extremely dangerous. Then you said, I want to do it anyway, and you did. And he told you exactly what to do to catch it and run away, and it worked.
And then we find out that only due to, like, PTSD, he didn't help her. Like, he was...
Also, and then we also find out that it's really hard... Apparently later on, everybody's like, oh, it's so hard to catch a cereal. That's why they don't farm them and whatever we were saying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, two things. Number one, then Lucien sending her to do that, he wouldn't actually have felt... Like, he would have expected it not to work.
Yeah.
We're not talking like that, right? We're not talking where Lucien's being like, to be honest, nobody catches one. Didn't think it would work.
Exactly.
If that's the understanding that no one catches a cereal, Lucien should be like, actually, I just dead ass didn't think you'd do it.
It's a freak fucking
It's weird that it even happened, to be honest with you. And then secondly, I don't get how that's true with the way Alice responded to it, because Alice says like, oh, he's such an idiot. Next time you want to do that, just give it some clothing. It'll be fine. And it's like, so what do you mean then? But then I guess I'm like, maybe it only goes to like poor people and not high lords. Because Alice seemed to think it was like real easy to catch.
No, it's because Alice is a high level assassin.
Working for the King of Hybern.
Working for the King of Hybern. But I'm glad to be wrapping it up. That's how I'm like, stop talking about it.
Yeah. She's like, but I understand. I'm a human who killed your friend, who now lives in your house, and you have to deal with me. I understand. Okay. Well, it's so nice of you. He's quiet, and then he's like, Tamlin told me you fired the first shot to save the Suriel and not yourself. She says it seemed like the right thing to do, and he says, I know far too many high fae and lesser fae who wouldn't have seen it that way or bothered. And then he throws her a jeweled hunting knife, which is like a really cool item to get, I think, in your inventory.
Yeah, absolutely. She's 19. She has a rare item
jeweled
already.
Hunting knife from Lucien. That's sick.
You know, it's like purple text.
Yeah,
it's like rare artifact.
And then he says that he heard her scream, but he hesitated to go after her. Not that long, but he did hesitate before he ran into the woods, and then Tamlin got there before him, and he's sort of like, if he hadn't gotten there, it's possible that I would have fucked you over.
Yeah.
Because he got kind of freaked out. And it's like, yeah, he broke his promise, so there is that.
There's that, yeah.
But see, like, what I mean, we were like, is he being, like, nefarious? It's like, no. No, he's not.
No.
Which is kind of boring.
It's kind of boring.
Oh, he was such a good guy. Okay.
And also giving them the knife is like, she didn't need a knife.
I think he's just saying, like, that maybe you can, like, hold your own a little bit. I honestly don't know. I guess it was just to show, like, I trust you not to kill us now.
And then his final line, don't bury it in my back.
Right.
Cute.
Yeah, cute.
All right. Yeah, an okay chapter. Ups and downs.
Ups and downs, but nothing like we weren't like raging.
We've had so many downs.
We've had so many like we're pissed that this wasn't like that.
Last chapter was better overall, but this was fun and it moved the plot forward and it hopefully moved the sex forward.
All right, make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're liking. Tell us what you think in the comments. Follow us on Instagram at UTMPod or TikTok at UTMPodcast. And we'll see you guys next time back on our regular schedule. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
2026.
2026.
We love y'all.
All right. Bye, guys. Bye.